collective. A lot of people are talking about narcissism, relationships, marriages, and issues regarding the three dimensional matrix. And we talk about narcissist individuals. A lot of people tag it to psychological problem. A lot of people tagged it to spiritual problem and so on. Now, these are low vibrational frequencies. Narcissism is a low vibrational frequency, a low vibrational energy that have kept humanity stuck for decades. Narcissism, toxicity is one of the problem a lot of humans face, either in their marriage, in their relationship, in the old earth. So, before you can tackle a particular issue, I believe we have to go to the roots where it started to break the illusion. Because I believe that when you create awareness, awareness breaks illusion. So the world we know where the elites has been lying to them, where the dark elites has been holding them down with illusions that never existed. So we're figuring out now the origin of narcissism, the origin of toxicity, the origin where humanity are being trapped in the first place. These are illusions we need to break for the new ways to come into fruition. Now let's go. Let's start with Genesis, where the story of Adam and Eve. The dark elites of the three dimensional matrix made you believe that God created Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. That is the first illusion. Now, let me break it down. Adam and Eve never existed. Adam and Eve, these are feminine and masculine energy. The universe runs of feminine and masculine energy. But the three-dimensional matrix, the dark elites, gave you a story saying God created Adam and Eve. This is not all about God. This is all about their ego and their logics to control humanity. Now, what is the forbidden fruit? God created you into this earth with abundance. God created you with Garden of Eden. The Garden of Eden runs inside you, not outside. You were born with Garden of Eden. Every human being has both feminine and masculine energy, which is meant to be a balanced energy. Now, you are born with Garden of Eden. What is the forbidden fruit? Forbidden fruit is you not knowing yourself. That is the forbidden fruit. There is nothing like a woman giving Adam an apple. Those stories never existed. Those are illusions meant to trap you in the three dimension. Those are illusions that are meant, that are designed to keep you stuck, to put you in fear mode based thinking. What is the apple? What is the forbidden fruit? The forbidden fruit is you not knowing who you are. The forbidden fruit is you not creating your reality by yourself. That is the forbidden fruit. Now, how were you trapped? You were told Eve gave forbidden fruit to who? To Adam. Eve being a feminine energy, Adam being a masculine energy. And why did they use the feminine energy as the person that gave the masculine energy the forbidden fruit? Because when you know yourself, when you tap into your feminine energy, that is the energy of wisdom. That is the energy. That is the Sophia stage. That is the energy where you are connected direct to the source, where you can hear directly from the creator, from the universe itself. But they never wanted you to know who you are. That is the forbidden fruit. There was no apple, there was no Adam, there was no Eve. All these are illusions. Now, it's all about the dark elites. It's not all about God. It's not all about universe. It's not all about the creator. God can never give you a Garden of Eden and chase you out of the Garden of Eden. Now, the dark elites brought out a strategy to disconnect you from yourself, to scatter yourself so you won't be connected to the source. So you wouldn't know what the forbidden fruit is. They told you God chased Adam from the Garden of Eden and they gave birth to Cain and Abel. Are you seeing the pattern? Abel was your Garden of Eden. Cain was the devil's energy. Abel was the light. Cain was the darkness. That is where the separation happens. They said Cain killed Abel out of what? Envy, out of jealousy, out of anger, which is low vibration energy. That is the story they told you about Cain and Abel. They killed your light and made you follow darkness, which is Cain. They made you believe that because God chased Adam and Eve out of Garden of Eden, man is meant to strive, man is meant to suffer, man is meant to chase for him to earn abundance, which is total lie. God never created you to strive so hard for you to make abundance. God created you to be a free channel of abundance. But the three-dimensional elites, the dark elites, never wanted you to know who you are. They never wanted you to have that kind of power you possess that God created you with. So what did they have to do? They disconnected you. They made you believe God was the one speaking, while all this while it was a code written to control, to put you under control. This is Bible speaking in Genesis. That is where the separation happens. That is where the suffering starts. Because you believed that you are meant to suffer. You started absorbing the frequencies of the airlights, the dark frequencies. That is where the pattern started. They now told you that women are meant to be submissive to what? To men. Have you seen where the generation of today are suffering? Making man for it to be an obligation for him to provide for woman. That is the reason why men today suffer heartbreak. That is why the reason why some men will commit suicide after their wife left them because of the money they have invested in everything. Listen, universe never creates any human to abandon his or herself for someone else. The universe created human being to embody both the feminine and the masculine energy as a balanced energy. Marriage is meant to be a partnership. Relationship is meant to be a partnership whereby two people partnered to build something substantial and stable. The two will be providing for themselves and the family, being 50-50. That is a balanced energy. In this situation, if anything happens, nobody abandon his or herself. Nobody will be hurt. Even if you are hurt, you won't be hurt to the extent of how people are being hurt in the present day after a heartbreak, after a divorce, because the dark elites made you understand that it is your duty to provide fully for a woman who possesses the same energy with you, just because you are being lied to out of illusion and you are trapped and that is what you believed. This is awareness. People need to wake up. Now, the Bible is all about darkness and light. That is the honest truth. It's all about darkness and light. The Old Testament is all about darkness. Okay, he killed Abel and chose darkness. That is where narcissism, that is where narcissist started. That is the origin of narcissist. Choosing the dark energy, the devil energy of Cain. From there, you start seeing the patterns of narcissistic tendencies. The triangulation, the husband sleeping with another woman. It's all about pattern. It's all about power. It's all about ego in the Old Testament. These are all illusions that never existed. All these stories are illusions. It never existed. These are the Bible. It's a code written by the dark elites using religion and narcissism to trap humanity, to keep you stuck, to keep you from not knowing who you are, to keep you from your abundance, to keep you from your Garden of Eden. If you like my post, comment, follow, and repost. We keep bringing awareness and breaking the illusion of the 3 dimension. Before anything new comes, the old has to go. And it's time for old to go. Peace and love.